Hey, what's going on everyone? Flick here, and today we're back with another career mode challenge, but with a twist. It's a co-op career mode challenge. I'm joined by a very special guest, Be Honest. How's it going?
How's it going, bro? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. If you guys have been long-time subscribers to the channel, you might remember some videos with Be Honest, some Pro Clubs videos, but we have a career mode challenge today, and essentially this is going to be kind of a promotion challenge for Watford. They just got confirmed over the weekend with their win against Millwall, I believe, so we replaced them with Sheffield United, and we'll be trying to keep them in the Premier League. Both players are going to be making one transfer in the summer transfer window, and it's going to have a co-op twist that we'll cover a little bit later on with a bonus round in the January transfer window. If we're struggling or something like that, then maybe we can make one additional transfer. We're going to be simulating an entire season and again trying to keep Watford in the Premier League and choosing one important match to play. You might be wondering how we can pull off this co-op career mode, and there's a few different ways that you can actually do it. We're playing on PC and there's this software called Parsec. Be Honest actually made a video about it, so if you have other friends that are on PC and you want to do a co-op career mode, maybe check out his video. I'll leave an eye in the screen right now, as well as a link in the description. And if you're on PlayStation, you can also do share play. That's a viable option. If you do go on to enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like down below. And of course, subscribe to Be Honest. Appreciate him being on the channel. But let's get right into the career mode challenge.
Let's do this.
Generally thinking, I believe this Watford squad is pretty good for the championship, but they might struggle a bit in the Premier League. They definitely need a couple of improvements here and there. Be Honest, you want to talk about who your favorite player is in the squad and where you might want to improve?
Okay, starting off, favorite player, I'm going Chalk. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest, watch Watford every week fan. So, I'm going with the easy one here. He's probably the most exciting player. He was there when they were in the Premier League, and that, of course, is Ismaila Sarr. I'm going to call him Izzy Sarr. You guys already know, I mean, the headline here, 94 pace. Probably most famous for my memory was when they were last in the Premier League, he was running away from a healthy Virgil van Dijk on his way to scoring a brace against Liverpool. A lot of teams, a lot of the fans have said that he possibly could be playing. The quality of him is high enough to be playing for a top 4 side in the Premier League. A lot of rumors were he was going to be sold when they were relegated last, but he was loyal to the team. He stuck around, and thankfully he's been rewarded with that loyalty. And I'm sure that's very much endeared him to the Watford fans. So I'm going the easy one here. We're going Sarr.
To be honest, I've watched a couple of Watford highlights this season, and he's just been tearing up the championship. I see no reason why he can't do the same thing in the Premier League. And obviously, he's going to have, I think, the most potential in the squad. Do you want to talk a little bit about where you think the squad needs to improve?
Now I'm going to go in and say that the captain of this side is actually the player.
Controversial.
Yeah, is the player that we most need to replace. And that, of course, is Tom Cleverley. He's the captain of the side. He's 74 overall. And, I mean, all right, so he's roughly the same rating as Hughes or Chalobah, but the issue with him is he's basically at his peak. He's already, 30 plus, and he's not going to get any better. And I'm sorry, Watford fans, this is about survival. And if you want the best chance of survival, yes, he's a veteran player. He's ex-Manchester United, so this hurts me. But you take a look at his stats. He's a championship caliber player. He's not really a Premier League style player, or a Premier League caliber player anymore anyway. And I think if they need more of that presence, I say that I think we're going to have to replace not just really him, but more so the philosophy that I'm going to go into is finding the replacement for Decore, who they ended up selling the last time they were relegated. I believe he's over on Everton now. I think Will Hughes and Chalobah can do the job in the middle, but I'd like to find more of a, that box-to-box, that defensive presence that Decore really helped them with. And he was like a key member in that side that helped them stay up for 5 consecutive seasons in a row. So if we could find that type of player, that's what I'm going for this Watford side.
I can do you a solid with what you're looking for. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but basically how it's going to work, B wants to improve in the midfield. So I'm going to provide him with 3 different transfer options. He's going to pick one of those players that we'll look to sign in this summer transfer window.
So who is your favorite player?
My favorite player, now this might be shocking to some of you because he's not in the starting 11. He's not in the substitutes, but if you watch the Cycling GK on YouTube, then you might know who I'm talking about. It's going to be none other Then Ben Foster. Don't know why he's in the reserves. Maybe it has to do with him being injured in the squad. But it's an amazing rating, even for a Premier League squad that's trying to stay up. And an immediate upgrade at the goalkeeper position. The main reason I picked him as my favorite player is because he has an amazing YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to the Cycling GK, I'll shout out. He basically does like match day vlogs. V, have you watched any of his videos?
No. I didn't know that he had a good YouTube channel.
Yeah, really like the first, I would say, professional athlete to do consistent uploads. He's uploading like two times a week or so, doing match day vlogs. It's pretty cool stuff. Definitely check it out. And again, with that Manchester United link, also a former Manchester United player, it'll be interesting to see, like, obviously the one big downside to him is that he is 37 years old. With that said, I mean,
he's a keeper.
Signing Buffon and these, yeah, he's a keeper. He's not going to decline in his stats quite as much. We'll see how it works this season. You never really know with the simulations. But I had to have him in the starting 11. And hopefully he can help us stay up in the Premier League. But there is a few different options to choose from as far as like where we want to improve. I'm just looking at the overall ratings, and this left center back, while apparently he's doing quite well for Watford, he's a pretty new addition, and I believe he's a, what is it, Chilean? Yeah, Chilean center back. Should have higher potential, honestly, in career mode, but I think it's like in the mid-70s. So if we're going to stay up in the Premier League, we definitely need an upgrade here. So it's time to get into these transfers, and you mentioned that you wanted to improve in the center midfield, maybe find a Ducari replacement. What I've done is given you 3 different player picks. And essentially, it's going to be your final call which one of these 3 players to choose from. I'm going to make a case for each one. And then again, you're going to make the final decision. The first player that I've selected for you is Zambo Anguissa. You mentioned how Fulham are struggling in the Premier League, and they've actually got a lot of quality, high potential players. I think this would be a really good addition to the team. He'd provide more of a physical presence in the midfield, 6 foot, medium-low work rates. So I see no reason why he can't work alongside our other 2 midfielders. But moving on. We've got a French wonder kid, one could say, with Adil Alshish. He's from Saint-Etienne, but he's a former PSG youngster, came from their youth academy. And I think this is one of those high potential players in career mode. Maybe we could follow along the Ismail Sarr transfer policy, where they signed a young promising player from Liga, and he really reached his top market value and top potential with Watford. The final option is going to be Denis Suarez. Used to play at Barcelona, and this is kind of like a FIFA nostalgia transfer. I think in FIFA 19 even, he had like 86, 87 potential. Still not bad for an overall rating, and only 26 years old. He's also spent a little bit of time in the Premier League on loan at Arsenal. So let me know your thoughts. Which one of these 3 players do you want to go in for transfer talks?
Denis Suarez really is like a throwback of like,
yes, sir.
I mean, to this day, like everyone at Barca who's young and comes through La Masia, they always had like 85 plus potential. A name that I think we both mutually came up with is Zambo Anguissa. He's currently playing at Fulham. The fans fans have been saying that he's good enough to be playing in a top 6 team and begging for people to go ahead and bail him out. Fulham pretty much looks like they're gonna be relegated as we're recording this right now. I'm not sure if they're like 100% relegated. The thing about him, he's young, he's 24. A lot of people cite that for someone who's like 6 foot tall, he's incredibly agile and gifted with the ball at his feet. I think he already has something like if we take a look at his stats, 84 dribbling, and then you could see that in his physicals, pretty much all light to dark green, 84 strength. You know, looking at him, everything besides like the finishing, which is not even that awful, like almost 60 finishing is fine for a center mid CDM, you know. But I think, you know, he would probably be my ideal choice to be that Ducari replacement. Yeah, the dill pickle guy. Like, he's only 4, and like Zambo Anguissa is like how 11. We have
vastly different names for this guy. Alshish and Dill Pickle.
Dill Pickle.
He is actually like a really promising talent. He has a real face in game, which is pretty rare for like these 17-year-olds. I think because he used to play at PSG, so that's why his haircut looks so cool.
And you know, looking over Suarez, the big thing about him, he's nostalgic. I love him. He's got great agility, and you know, good technical ability. But at age 26, the biggest thing is when you look at his traits, he's got the injury-prone trait, man. And yeah, that's a worrisome one. That's a word. You know, like if we're gonna be placing, if you fighting for survival, you know, what's the old saying? Is like the best ability is availability, you know? And I think for the long haul, for the same price and a little bit higher potential, you get a guy who fits more of that Decore mode. I think I'm gonna go with Mr. Zambo over here, Anguissa.
Yeah, Premier League proven. Let's run it and see how much we can make this transfer for.
All right, so I'm gonna be handling this one, going in, having a quick chat. Ooh. I mean, all right, we got 36 in the budget. How much do you think?
Yeah, I always start with the player's market value, but, you know, either the player's market value or maybe a little bit higher. I don't think 13's bad at all.
Yeah, I think it's a good opening salvo. Let's see what they say. Submit the offer. 13, 10 grand, sweetener on top, Jason.
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
A little...
It's like how they do car deals. Like they list them for a little bit under, just to maybe incentivize. So like the opposite effect. Oh, this is sweet, dude.
All right, 14.2.
I'm genuinely good with this price. Like we can probably talk it down a little bit more, but I'd be all right with this.
I think. Let's see. Let's propose a new transfer deal. I think if we go to, I still think we can get him for 13. But if we edit the sell-on clause...
Ooh.
Oh, is this realistic?
What do you mean? The sell-on clause?
Yeah, do I need to make the sell-on clause realistic? Because I could just cheese it and put it up to 25%.
You know, I've never used sell-on clauses before, but it's a career mode challenge, man. The ultimate goal is survival. I think we do what we got to do.
All right. Well, here's a little bit of cheese. I don't know how realistic this is, but we're going to put the sell-on clause up to 25%. And see if we can squeeze a little bit of a deal here. If they reject, I'm just probably going to go to about like 13.7. So let's see. Reasonable. All right. Good business. All right. So you identified center back as one of the other major positions that we should be upgrading as we move into the Premier League. So I'm giving you a little bit of variety here. It's easy to always go young in career mode, but if we're making this realistic, and we're going to the Premier League, you need experience in that back line. At least one of those guys needs to have some Premier League experience if you have any shot of surviving when coming up. So why not go a little bit oldies but goodies? Johnny Evans, once again, here's the theme apparently, ex-Manchester United players over here.
I see a recurring theme. Love it.
Yeah. He was sold off as X's back in the day, but he's been sneaky good over at Leicester. Leicester's been fantastic with him in that back line. And they're a top 4 side. What are they, like, third place right now?
They are definitely making the push for Champions League. It looks like they'll get it this year.
Yeah. So, yes, he's up there in age. And, yeah, he's only 80 overall. But if this is a realistic career mode, getting someone like a Johnny Evans to anchor that back line with that much experience playing for top 4 sides... and he comes at a discount. You know, older players always come at a discount. What is he at right now? What can we get him for?
12.5. I mean, he's got his contract expiring at the end of the season. We could build upon the storyline that, you know, whether he's going to be a starter for Leicester. Let's say Leicester get promotion to the Champions League. Would they maybe make an upgrade at center back? Would they sign someone in the summer transfer window? I mean, Soyuncu's been solid for them, so... I could see him leaving for another Premier League club.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 1 year left on his contract. So he's an option for us. He would be cheaper, but he could also be someone. It might not play into this, but maybe someone that you could sign on a free, and then have that upgrade. The only issue is, you know, by the halfway point, are you in the relegation zone, and would a Johnny Evans come to your team? So it's a bit of a gamble. Do you buy him right away and pay a little bit more, or do you gamble and hopefully you're looking like you're going to stay up and then try to get a Johnny Evans to improve your team in the next year? So he is one option. He's very solid, but he is up there in age. Second guy over here is this guy. He plays for Monaco, a young kid. All right, so he's only 19 years of age, and the big thing about him is he is big. At 19, he is 6'4". He is a power forward playing at the center back position. Already 75. He's got a potential. Let me see, check here. He's got a potential of 84. Of course, with dynamic can go even higher. He's left-footed. I know you're looking to find a left-footed center back here. And the big stat, and I found the stat on Twitter. This kid, this big baddie, has the most interceptions, 50, and the most clearances, 84, among all teenagers in the Europe's top 5 leagues this season. So he's already showing a lot of promise. He's a big kid. There are a couple, you know, he makes a mistake here or there, though. I want to give you the full rounded, but he's 19. He's gonna make mistakes. Basically, you're the gaffer here. You have to make the decision. Do you want to gamble on the talent and the potential of this kid? But he could also kind of cost you in a certain couple of the big games. Last guy, a little bit of a hidden gem here on a team that nobody watches in La Liga. Have you ever heard of Valladolid CF?
I have heard of
Valladolid.
Valladolid, yes. Only reason I know them is because I did a Valencia career mode. But yeah, they've got a couple of high potential players. Isn't this also the club that like R9 is manager for, or like he's the owner or something?
I have no clue. All I saw in the comments was like no one watches our team. Like, it's okay. But what I like about him, he's relatively young. He's relatively young, 24 years of age, 6'3". He's nice and big. He's listed at center back, but actually in real life he's been playing more at the CDM position. Also gives you versatility, being able to play in the midfield. And the big thing about him is you go ahead and you take a look at his traits. Yes, he does have the injury-prone trait, but he also provides leadership, power, and the power header trait, which is always nifty, especially for those corners. Set pieces are so important, especially for teams like Watford that are trying to stay up. So to have that type of player in there, I think would be really valuable. Dives and tackles, probably not something you want, but all things considered, I think he's pretty well-rounded in the technicals, and he's a physical beast. A little bit of a hidden gem. And what's his price coming in at? 12.5 million. And then for the big baddie, he comes in at 10 million. So he's the cheapest option, but he's also the young and the rawest option.
I mean, these are 3 really good options. You know, a lot of variety. I love to see that. Johnny Evans, you know, 12.5. It's a good price for a player that's 80 overall. He would make a massive improvement to our side, but you know, I think we do need a little bit more youth in the team. It's really between these two for me. I like the fact that this player has the leadership trait. You know, we do have our captain no longer in the side. We've replaced him with the Anguissa transfer. So maybe having a leadership trait might be helping us out in the simulations. But then, like you said earlier, we've got a left-footed player, be perfect for the left center back position, high potential. And it is also pretty realistic because Watford actually signed Sar from a Liga side. So maybe we could pay off here, like bring in a young, high potential player. He can obviously go up in his ratings. And you know what? I'm ready to make the transfer for this AS Monaco man. All right, let's go ahead and try to get into talks for Badiashile. I think we will have to pay more than his market value. I mean, you never know with AS Monaco. This is actually a player that's been recommended in my Marseille crew mode, the current save that we've got going on. So I've been keen to try him out. And maybe this is the right time to do so. I'm going to go ahead and do my typical transfer routine, offer 10 mil straight off the bat, and see if we're going to get a good price tag. This is below what our assistant manager was saying. You know, 12.5 with a sell-on clause. I'm going to go ahead and remove the sell-on clause this time. Or actually, you know, for younger players, I feel like it wouldn't be the worst thing to keep her a sell-on clause. I feel like I'm okay.
Like 12.5 is not. I mean, this is pretty much chalk. You know, if you want to knock it down to just 12, I think you could get them. Maybe even 11 something. But how much do you know? How many pennies do you want to pinch? We still, even with this out of our transfer budget, we still have 10 left over to make a January. I don't think we really need to, you know, fight too hard on this one.
Yeah, I think if we accept this offer, this will save some funds for January, you know, as our, I guess, emergency fund, one could say. We're bringing in a quality player. You guys know I like having left-footed center backs, left-footed left center backs. So in game, when we actually play some matches, this should be a quality experience, even with him having an overall rating even higher. So let's accept this. 12.5 mil. And yeah, I think this is a good. It's a good addition. So what I haven't mentioned yet, B, is that we have our pre-order bonus here. A homegrown talent. I'm not sure if you had the pre-order bonus this year, but basically it's a high potential player that you get added to your youth academies. So we've got 3 options available here. The 66 overall one is Lewis Saunders, an English center defensive mid, 16 years old, 73 to 94 potential. And the thing about these homegrown talents is that if you take a look at their dev plan, sometimes you can position change them and they already get a boost their rating. So let me know what your initial thoughts are. He's got great pace. He's got good physical. Defending not the best. Is he going to be a center defensive mid for us?
I'm kind of digging this one because I think we could kind of turn him into a center mid if we go through here. We up his vision, his long passing. That's 3 in vision, long passing, short passing, composure, balance, ball control, dribbling. So he's going to upgrade on all these things. He's 16 years of age. And then he's going to upgrade to stand tackle. So if you play him as a center mid, you're going to get, you know, a very pacey, strong box who can also put in a foot or 2 in that midfield. I think maybe this could kind of be the way to develop him as a more well-rounded player.
So this is going to be the new look Watford squad. We've given the captain's armband to none other than Ben Foster. Unfortunately, none of our other players have the leadership traits. So I think if anyone's going to have the captain's armband, it's got to be our 37-year-old goalkeeper between the sticks. Yeah, a couple of our new transfers in here. Badashile at left center back. We got Zambo Anguissa at left center mid. I'm excited about this squad. How do you think we're going to do, B-Monis? Any early predictions?
I mean, these are nice additions, but then you also got to remember we're in the Premier League now, so we're going up against players who are like mid-80s most of the time to low 80s. So it's going to be close, man. It's going to be close.
Yeah, I think something that we'll need to keep an eye on. The big question mark for me is what we should do at the striker position. Of course, João Pedro has a good potential, but he's 71 rated in the Premier League. Is he going to be able to score goals the same way that he did in the Championship? Or should we start the ever reliable Troy Deeney? I think that's something that we'll need to watch, maybe see who's netting goals, because when we simulate matches, it's going to be the computer that decides the lineup. So I think at the halfway mark, we can kind of take a look and maybe readjust as needed.
I mean, if we're going to loan out some of our younger players, I think João Pedro's up there. You know, he's 71 overall, but I think he has the highest potential of anyone on this team. If there's any player that we want to look to accelerate his development, he'll probably be the young Brazilian.
All right, we made 2 executive decisions loaning out some of our highest potential young players. João Pedro going to Buenos Aires in Argentina, Saunders going to Belgium and Club Brugge. Now, I think that means we have to make some changes to our starting 11. Right now, the game has given us Andre Gray at the striker position. I think we give Troy Deeney the starting role. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, we were talking about it earlier.
Oh no, he's already gone down by 1.
Oh. I think it's just the sharpness that has gone down, fortunately.
Okay.
We'll check on his rating, but I think Troy is still at a 74. That's probably what he started at. But let's double check
at the start of the year.
Let's see. Yeah, he's down 1. Okay.
What age is Demarai Gray? Or wait, no, it's Andre Gray.
Andre Gray at 29.
29. Yeah, I like the veteran in Deeney.
Okay. Yeah, let's put our faith in Deeney. We'll check in with you guys at the January transfer window, see how we're doing in the league, whether we need to make some more signings or if we've been sacked already. But the thing is I think once we start getting some dubs,
let's go Arsenal. You got to show that in our reaction to it and be like, the
100%.
most realistic part of this career mode is us beating Arsenal.
So it's been an interesting first half of the season. You guys will have seen our reaction to the Arsenal result. That was probably the highlight so far for me. But we're not out of it, man. I think we have a good shot of staying up in the Premier League if we can have a better second half of the season and maybe make an improvement in this January transfer window.
Yeah, I mean, we're only, 4 points from survival. It's doable.
It's certainly doable. And the thing is, we are going to play and feature 1 match for the actual gameplay. Maybe if it comes to the end of the season and like us and Southampton are fighting for that 17th place position, we'll have to play against them. We'll see. We haven't made the decision yet. So I think one of our biggest issues right now is that we're just lacking goals. Troy Deeney being our top scorer, 3 goals from 17 appearances. He's also down -2 in his rating. So we were doing a little bit of investigating. And, you know, if we sort by the players that are out on loan right now, of course, we got the likes of João Pedro, we've got Saunders as well. But we also have Juan Camilo Hernandez, a 21-year-old Colombian striker, 76 overall. My thought process, and I think B agrees with me, is that we recall him from loan, and then hopefully he can score some goals for us.
Looking over the team, if we are going to go ahead and replace Troy Deeney up top, we got a 76 player over there. Then the next lowest rated player is going to be our left winger. So we can get an upgrade there and bring in this man, another 76 player in Ryan Kent. A lot of you guys probably already know him. He is, what's the proper word? What's the proper word to describe? Despised? Loathed?
I mean, it's a love-hate relationship for a lot of members of the Ultimate Team community. Some people just like, I think it was either last year or the year before that. The fact that he's got 5-star weak foot, it fits into the FIFA meta, you know, for the last couple of years. And I think even in career mode, 76 overall, he should have potential right around 80. He's going to be a big upgrade for us, and we need goals right now.
Yeah, we desperately need goals. We can play him out on the left side, you know, 5-star weak foot. He can finish with either foot. And we're just going to have so much pace on the wings between him and Sar. And this Hernandez kid's not even that bad, too. He's 81 sprint speed, 86 acceleration. We'll have a pacey front three, and we desperately need goals.
So, yeah, this is the Watford squad at the end of the January transfer window. I think the squad looks much better rated. You know, most of our players 75 overall or higher. We should be all right as long as we can pick up some good results and turn around our fortune.
Yeah, I mean, it was a rough first half. Let's not mince words, but a lot of our players are very young on the side, and a lot of them are growing. Hughes, you know, up by +3. Zambo up to a 77. Like, I think we got a way better shot in the second half. I got a good feeling. Oh, come on.
Come on, Arsenal.
Double on the Arsenal. Double on Arsenal this year. Come on.
At home?
No. Damn, they trounced us. All right, we could get a dub this.
I'll take it. That's not bad.
We can get a dub
this
here.
Is a big
we need this
match
one.
Against West Brom.
Let's
yes,
go. Let's go. That's
big.
huge. I think they're in 17th.
Everton now. We also beat them. Let's go. Keep
we
it up.
pulled the double on Everton this year. We beat them
Liverpool,
twice.
Who knows?
Brighton.
Okay, Brighton. That was a winnable match.
Come on, we could. Let's
we win
go.
against Newcastle.
Nice. We're scoring goals. We're at least scoring goals now.
We are. Dude,
Draw,
4
that's
goals.
huge.
Yeah, I just realized that. I mean, yeah, this is one of the matches to decide. Second to last match of the season against Burnley, who I feel like if anyone's going to get like a draw result, it's Burnley. But who knows? We'll jump to result here. And a 1-0 victory.
Let's go!
It's Will Hughes.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
The big baddie.
Yeah, that's our new the big baddie. Hopefully he'll be back for the last match of the season. But let's see. We're just about towards the end of the season.
Yeah,
and we need to see how Crystal Palace are doing, because you guys haven't been seeing all of our reactions, but we are out of the relegation zone. Crystal Palace, one less match played. Let's move forward here to the final match of the season against Southampton. Take a look at the standings and see what we need to do. If we just need to win a match, B, I think we can do it. We're apparently outside of the relegation zone. Crystal Palace, 1 point behind us. So a win and we're in the Premier League. That's it. Also, for this last match of the season, it is going to be all hands on deck. João Pedro and Saunders have spent the season out on loan. We're going to recall him. Sometimes you can see a boost in the player's rating. We'll take a look here. João Pedro, recalling him, and he's still at a 73. Not bad, not great, but let's see for Saunders. He's at a 69, still at a 69 overall. So
nice.
Yeah, I think we'll include them in the substitutes, and we'll see how this last match of the season against
Potential be
Southampton
special
goes.
though.
Yeah, definitely one for the future. The fact that we're also at Vicarage Road for the final match of the season, I think all the stars have aligned, and we're against our first career mode opponents of the year. Of course, Southampton have a place in my heart, but on this match day, everything for Watford. Our players have progressed pretty nicely. Kent's up to a 77, Hernandez up to a 77, Sar just on the cusp of an 80 rating. Any score predictions?
I'm predicting the dub, although I haven't played ending career mode in like a month.
Yeah, predicting the dub. One thing I'm concerned about, you know, we decided to, well, I decided to name Foster my favorite player in the Watford squad. He's down to a 73 rating, but I think he's going to pull off some big saves for us. That's my prediction.
how about, you know, we're just not going to allow any shots on target. How about that?
I think one of my favorite things about this co-op aspect, it's like you're playing pro clubs almost against the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys don't know already, I'm the red player. B's the blue player. That's an interesting ball, but I think it'll still work out.
Get it, baby!
Oh, let's go! It's That's their new signing. Oh, you love it. You love it. That's a header, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we signed him as a Ducati replacement, box-to-box midfield. This replay shows the best. Whoa. There's no way. Who's that, Alex McCarthy? I don't know who that Southampton goalkeeper is, but he's not making a save. Oh, it's Danny Ings. You got to be careful with this guy. He's clinical in front of goal. I think low-key, we've got a bit of an advantage here because I know Southampton so well from the career mode. Like, I know who we need to watch out for. It's Ings, Gineppo, Adams. That's a good ball. I'm watching far post. That's a block. Let's go. Well done. Here's Ryan Kent. Oh, I might be on. It's going to start. No, it's going to me. One more pass. Hernandez. Oh! It's two.
Stuck it underneath. 2-0. We're staying up, boys.
What is that goalkeeper doing?
Where's our manager? Come here. I mean, two electric counterattacks. Oh, unlucky for the keeper. Not the best finish from Hernandez, but, you know, whatever works, man. What is the keeper doing?
Signed him yeah, we signed him to get goals, and he's done that for us.
Oh, no. Get back. Oh.
Ingsy. Oh, man. He's going for the far post there.
Yeah, too much sauce.
But Ben Foster, I think it was all him. He closed down the space, man. Yeah. Elite goalkeeper.
Oh,
that's some good build-up play.
Yeah, that's some good build-up
what are you gonna do about that?
Yeah, we defended well, but
yeah. And so it's probably Southampton's best player to get the goal. I mean, Ward-Prowse, creative midfielder.
Yeah.
It's that one extra run that he makes. You know, it's the difference. I mean, halftime stats, they're hanging on to possession, but I think this sums up this season. You know, we don't create a lot of chances, but the ones that we do, we score goals. And I think if we can find the back of net one more time, that should be enough for 3 points.
Yeah. So we just absorb pressure and we do, you know, what got us the goals. Counterattack. Oh, no, get out.
Foster. Come on, Foster.
No, Foster.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Your favorite player there.
He'll still make a big save. I feel it.
Well, we got to earn this one.
I want to see this replay, and I think it's the skill moves that throws him off. You know, there's nothing he can do about that. That's FIFA 21. It's the game's fault. He's trying to clear it.
He goes to like tackle it. What was that?
Foster. Quick change for us. We're taking Hughes off and bringing on our homegrown talent. Apparently, he's best as a center attacking mid. You know, we'll see how he does. He's on the ball right now. Seems to be pretty agile. All right, it's down to the last few minutes, and we're bringing on the Watford legend, Troy Deeney. 48 pace, 73 shooting. Let's get that goal, and let's get the win. Deeney.
Cleverly! That's why we replaced you. That's why I said to replace you.
You know, the funny thing is like we could end up losing this match, and it won't even matter if Leeds get a win against Crystal Palace. But you know, we don't know how that result's gonna go.
Yeah.
What a ball. Sar. Oh! Let's go!
That's why he's my favorite player. Well, at least Troy Deeney gets in on the celebration.
I was thinking about playing that across, but it was like, you know what? He's our best player. He brings that down perfectly. Oh my goodness.
Yo, this is exactly how he scores too. Just like power. Yep. And he just slices the ball into the back of the net half the time. Beautiful. Classic Sar.
That is a beautiful celebration. Deeney and Sar.
Yeah.
The legend and the up-and-comer.
Yeah, the past and the future. Troy Deeney and Izzy Sar. All right. Defensive.
Now we
let's
park the bus.
let's just
Now we
sit
park
back,
the bus.
absorb all the pressure. Get there.
Look at Didi. Hopefully Southampton just don't pass the ball forward here. You gotta love computer AI sometimes if they give us the win. Oh no, it's one more chance.
Don't do it.
That's full time, ref. Get out of here, Theo.
Oh no!
No!
I saw him float to the back post, and I was like, "Oh
the heartbreak! The heartbreak! 95th minute.
Ref, why was there even play? The 95th minute. There's nothing we can do here. Just nobody tracks the back rud. Is he onside?
I think he is, yeah.
Well, this will be interesting to see the result at the end of this.
Play it forward. Play it forward.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let's see how some of the results go. Crystal Palace against Leeds is going to be what everyone's watching right now. They're celebrating. We're staying up, boys. We're staying up.
Let's go!
We're staying up.
Totally undeserved.
I mean, a win would have been perfect, but...
Drama to the last. Drama to the last. And it's the Liverpool loanee, Minamino, that almost relegated us. But the Hornets, we're resilient, buddy. We are resilient.
So we do have to shout out Leeds as they picked up a 2-0 result against Crystal Palace. So that last match really didn't mean all that much, but I still thought it was quite a bit of fun.
It meant something to me, all right? It meant something to me.
Yes, it's always fun playing FIFA with friends, and Watford stay up in the Premier League. But again, I want to thank VMOS for coming on for this video today. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for having me on, man. This is too much fun. We got to do it again.
Absolutely. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. Of course, subscribe to Be Honest. Let us know how your own co-op career modes go. But until next time, this has been Flick and Be Honest. We'll catch you again soon.